The next level, the next level, the next level, the next level with Keith. So, you tell me, who's around you? Who makes it happen for you? Who do you call when you're having difficulty? A lot of you sometimes you have what you call your kids, and they're smart. They know about these tech stuff and these devices, how they work. And you have mom and dad or big sis, big brother saying, "Hey, help me with this, help me with that. Help me with my Instagram page or help me with my Facebook page. Can you help me set up my this?" And guess what happened? They're not paid. They're glad to help you. How many times if you actually get help from your circle? I don't understand how powerful that is. All right. I remember my dad. So funny because I remember when he, of course, got older and my mom was not so well physically, and for him it was very difficult for him to manage her. And I remember I said, no, I could live with my mom and dad because I'm seeing where they're struggling. And so at the time, I was the only one that was not married. I was a free bird in a way. So I'm like, you know what, I can flex more. So I went to live with them for a while. And it would say, Keith, can you find me this station on the radio, this channel here? Right? That he couldn't find. I was like, oh, no problem. Oh, can you set my watch for me? The one, those cellar watches, what I'm saying? He didn't understand how to use it. I was like, okay, no problem. I'll set it for him. Those small things. I was in his circle. So who's in his circle? So we talk about your circle, your currency. Oh, that's massive. Yep, your circle. Oh, yeah, your circle, your currency is no joke. I mean, I got a whole new appreciation for this term, your circle, your currency. I have a whole new respect and appreciation for that thing. Because I think a lot of us don't even understand the value of what we have. And even worse, sometimes we don't capitalize on it, or we don't even know how to capitalize on it. You think about, for many, many years, African countries were, you would say they were graped. That was graped. I don't want to use the all word, but they were graped by other countries. And countries who came in and took away their raw materials, their gold, their silver, their metal, their iron. They came in, set up shop, and would extract and suck the life out of these countries if they had a chance. Take away all their natural resources because the country themselves didn't know how to harness those things. Was it there? It was always there. Because they didn't know how to harness it. Other nations came in and had a field day. It's up lately. A lot of them are waking up like, wait a minute here. What's going on? We have to get our feet back. A lot of them are now saying, no, enough is enough. And they're finding ways and means to harness their own natural resources. All right? And so your circle is your currency. Preparation is influenced by your circle. And some people, you hang around them, they were like, oh, this AI stuff, oh, I'm not bother with these things. And I tell you, some people, I mean, God bless them. They're so, I would say, panicky and scary and scared that all they can see is God coming back. God coming back. So they're not planning for the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years. They're not planning for that. They don't see that in their vernacular at all. There's no way they see the world for the next 5, 10 years. They see it's going to end. There's no way. See,
I grew up in church, and I hold many of my foundational truths, many of my foundational ideals, beliefs, is rooted in the Bible. It says a whole lot of things. And one thing he tells me to do is to occupy until he comes. Occupy until he comes. It means to stay busy, stay active. We're made to have dominion. All right. So a lot of folks, they're retreating from engagement, whether it's political engagement, whether it's community engagement, whether it's educational engagement. And so they're retreating to a point of just waiting for this sky to open and God come back. I'm not saying they're incorrect for believing that, or they're not nice for believing that. But the point is that what if it doesn't come back in 10 years or 20 years? I remember I was 20 when I could have sworn, based on what I was hearing around me. Remember my circling and my influence? What I was hearing in the churches, the older folks, was that this God was going to come back definitely before I get married. I was sure that I was not going to get married. Based on what I was hearing, it was going to come back before I got married. That's the way it sounded. So I was like, I better get married quickly because I don't know if I have much time. My circle, they weren't bad people. But here am I, not just only married, but I have kids that's older than that, close to that age. How do you explain that? Well, will they have kids one day too? Make me a grandfather? That's the reality. So what if it doesn't come back? What happens then? All right. So the point is that your circle, the way they speak to you, the way they communicate to you, the way they influence you, is significant, and you have to be very cognizant of that. You got to be aware of that. So 3 mistakes many make. All right. 1, staying in the same professional bubble. Stay in the same professional bubble. If everyone around you dismisses change, you may do the same thing too. If your circle's saying, let's stay where we are, hold on for dear life, hope for the best, don't make changes, you may find yourself doing the same thing too. Number 2, knowing what to do, but delaying. I start after this busy season. That season rarely ever ends. You never start. 3, underestimating small habits. Reading 1 article weekly, learning 1 tool monthly, making 1 new connection weekly. Tiny disciplines build massive advantage. You have no idea how much I appreciate you who leave a comment on my videos. And I try to spend time to read all of my comments. I'm not saying I can in the future if they get to be that many, but I try my best to reach all your comments. And I would sometimes respond and reply. I think it's shown value, that I care about you. It means a whole lot. Because you don't have to. There's so many things online you could be doing or watching or seeing other than spending time here, right, on the next level with Keith. So it means a lot. And I'm so much more excited when I see you saying, I'm making a change. I'm thinking about a change. I'm shifting some things around. I'm seeing what I wasn't seeing before. I'm seeing the necessity of me developing myself, growing. Those are powerful things. And that's the idea. So your circle, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. This podcast here is a part of your circle. And maybe it's helping you to get out of that rut that you're in with others who are in your circle. All right. Maybe it's giving you a source of inspiration or strength or confidence. All right. Now, I'm not one to sell at this point. And I don't think nothing's wrong with selling. I think selling should be where there's no pressure, because I'm at a point now where it doesn't matter if anyone even watches this podcast. I can come on here and nobody watches this podcast, and I'm still happy because I know what's going on behind the scenes in my life. I see what's moving that no one else probably even see. This is just one area aesthetically that people can see. And so they may say, oh, okay, he has this amount of view, that amount of view, that amount of XYZ, and they make their own judgment as what they think things are. All right. I'm far beyond that. So people who gets it, they're going to get it. People who sees it, they're going to see it. All right. And right now, I'm telling you, I am so excited about what's going on with the fact that I'm seeing movements because I made some movements. Because I started something 5 months ago, 6 months ago, 7 months ago. I'm like, wow, look what happened in 7 months. All right. And I'm trying to put that into your hands. I know a lot of you out there don't care much about techie stuff. And I don't either. You don't care too much about trying to figure things out. You've been to school, you've been to college, homework, assignments, research, papers, plus your kids' school and their homework and their paper. Some of you feel like you've gone to school 10 times already because each kid was a schooling for you. And you're like, I've had it. Can I do something that won't exhaust me? I won't cause me to be out of my element of relaxation and my element of just moving at my own pace. I have the perfect things for you here in on this particular site. I want you to just check it out because that's what I'm experiencing. All right, the passive income hub. I'm telling you, you gotta check it out and see what's in there. All right, that's your job. Is to be a little curious, right? I'm gonna say it right. That's your job. Be a little curious. All right, and see for yourself. All right. I mean, I tell you, you see, I wrote a book, and you know that was tedious. It really wasn't easy. I'm talking much easier than that. Far easier than me trying to write a book. All right. Now, I must give you some reality. There are people today who are writing books with AI within minutes. A new book, a new program, a new, workbook. I mean, a new ebook within seconds, done. I'm talking about I wrote it with a pencil and pen. I didn't use AI to write the book. That was hard. I wouldn't say hard. I mean, it took something out of me. I had to be disciplined enough, all right, to go through the process. And I think I wrote it like 2 or 3 times, all right? The reality is that, folks, the reality is that I'm talking easy ABC stuff here. That's where I'm pointing you. And as I get older, I want things to be easier. If I wear shoes, I want it to be more comfortable. All right. It's just the way it is. All right. I think we share the same. I think you can identify with me that you want the same kind of approach. I'm not trying to burn yourself out, burn the midnight oil at 40, 50, 60. You don't have to because of what the world is presenting to us. It's up to us to not be afraid and step into it. And we see how we can actually become successful. All right. So that's what I'm trying to really bring out in this podcast. because the job world for many is scary. And in the winter of your life, 40, 50, 60s, going to your winter, it's the last time you want to be dealing with job losses, not being prepared, not having that side income. That's the last thing you want to happen. Many of you have had savings and you feel comfortable, and that's a good thing. But one or two bad incidents can wipe that out. It really can. So there are ways you can actually get income that is perpetual. It goes on and on because the bills are perpetual. All right, they're passive. They're always coming. So get passive income to match it. And so the others like me who have gone out and did the hard work, the hard digging. I listened to my coach and my mentor here, and one thing I realized is that she sent something to me and said, I'm not here to be your leader in that sense. I'm not here to do what you're supposed to do your job, but I'm here to give you a scope and better understanding of what you have to be able to leverage it, understand it. Right? Her job is to give me the tools and give me some directions. All right? How to manipulate and manage those tools effectively. Makes sense. All right? For me, sometimes it's uncomfortable, but it doesn't mean it's a bad thing, because uncomfortability sometimes it breeds you growing. All right? So the point is that within the network now, then you now know how to manage and find yourself and see that you have resources. So my job now is to maximize my network, maximize my community. All right. It may take some time for me to learn it well and be able to do it effectively. All right. But first you have to have the mind. All right. Do I really want to get this thing? All right. So while some people are doing the harder work, you might be doing the easy work. All right. So it takes that kind of approach. All right.
If today's episode spoke to you, it's because you're ready. Ready for your money to work for you. Ready for practical steps, not just motivation. Ready for faith-led financial freedom. Ready to build stability, peace, and confidence for your family. You're not alone on this journey. The Next Level isn't just a podcast. It's a movement toward freedom, one episode at a time. Stay connected. Listen anytime at podcast.keithmerritt.com. Explore the Next Level Movement Hub. Subscribe on YouTube at Keith Merritt. Like, share, comment. Your engagement helps this message reach more families. Take your next step. Visit keithmerritt.com/impact/the next level. Subscribe for the latest blog from the Freedom Resource Hub and join the Next Level Resource Network. Choose the hub that fits your journey. Music and speaking, family protection, digital learning, passive income, or Keith's book and reading hub. Press play. Take action. Your next level is calling.